It's been 3 weeks since gunmen abducted a group of students from the Federal College of Forest Mechanization, Kaduna, in northwest Nigeria. Up till the present, there's still no sign of the abducted students. Parents and loved ones are growing increasingly worried about the fate of the students. Arise correspondent Amaka Okoye reports on this.
Dozens of students were kidnapped from this school. What was once a place of learning is now deserted. The other students have returned to their homes for safety. This is Zachary. He is a final year student who escaped on that night. But now he is not able to sit his final year exams.
My room was the first room they entered. There was no light, and this was at 11:15 p.m. We're lying down. Most of us wearing our boxers because the weather was hot. They entered and started saying, "Come out, come out. The boss wants to see you." From their voices, we knew who they were because no one comes here except them. They started beating us. We laid on the ground. They started speaking in the Fulani dialect, asking us where the female hostel is. Then I said I would take them. As they were trying to gather the ladies, I made my escape. One of the girls in the hostel ran out and was screaming. The bandit now left me to hold her in order not to attract attention since she was shouting. It was at that point I ran away. I met with one of the bandits at the door and I hit him. He fell down. Before he stood up, I had run off. It was dark and he started shooting. Everyone in the school heard the shooting and started running. When I ran out, I went to call the soldiers. That was what happened.
With so little information coming from the government, parents and loved ones are worried. This mother is not sure when her daughter will return.
That night around 11:30, as we hear the gunshot, me are thinking that they inside India, other na cadet, they do practice that night. After we finish talk with him, somebody, one lady like that, Pala come call me again. He say, "Mama, bless their house." I say, "No," she can't shout Jesus. When she off her phone, hey, that day, I don't know how myself did that night. I just entered 3 weeks. When they say we never hear anything, government of Kaduna say nothing concern them, this and that, and where the remaining people? We will say to if they not fit do, make them leave us. So anybody who go fit go get on radio, go get on TV, will fit go cry there.
It's now over 3 weeks when armed gunmen kidnapped students from the school where I'm standing, the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization. And as we speak, they are still in captivity. No one knows when they will be released. The governor of the state has said that he is not going to back down in terms of negotiating with bandits. But the parents and relatives of these people are angling and asking when will their loved ones be released and how. We do not know, and we do not have the answers to these questions, unfortunately. But this school has now been shut temporarily, and journalists have not also been allowed access. We've not been able to speak to any of the school authority as of today. What we know is that seemingly the waiting game continues when these dozens of people are still in captivity. Amaka Okoye, Arise News.
Right, another very sad reminder there of that incident and what is happening as regards the Kaduna forestry students. 3 weeks down the line. What's happening, guys? Tundu? 3 weeks down the line.
Well, I just think it's important to continue to talk about this because they're innocent victims of this crime. And at the same time, we cannot attempt to try and put pressure on the state government to accede to the demand of the terrorists. Otherwise, where will it start and where will it end? The demand on the table is 500 million naira. And I have to continue to stress that because it's clearly not about desperation, is it? This is a purely criminal enterprise. And it's just really unfortunate. We just don't know who is next. It could be anybody. The audacity continues to increase. We were all horrified when the Kankara incident happened in Katsina during the president's visit. And now we have this within, striking distance from the NDA. There's literally nobody that's safe. Nobody's immune.
Nobody's safe.
I mean, this is clearly an indication of the crisis that we face. Earlier today, we were talking about the British offering to help Nigeria. And this is clearly another illustration of the fact that Nigeria needs help, seriously, particularly with regard to security. Now, 3 weeks down the line, these students, 39 of them, we were told, have not been released. They remain in captivity. And we saw 2 videos. One in which, they were being brutalized, they were being beaten. The second one in which, they were shown appealing for help. Now, among those, 39 students, you have a lady, Rose, who was just planning for her wedding. You have another lady there who was said to be 6 months pregnant. And now look at the clothes they were wearing. I mean, they were, almost in a state of, because they were attacked at night. And to imagine that somebody will be in that condition for complete 3 weeks, and with the kind of dehumanization that we saw in that video, just to think about it alone is very frustrating. And for me, the most telling point was the point made by the Arise correspondent, Amaka Okoye, saying that no one knows when they will come back home. And their parents, imagine the agony, the frustration, the mental health stress that they will be going through. Now, the Kaduna state government has insisted that, look, the government will not negotiate with the bandits and will not pay the 500 million that the bandits are asking for. However, the parents are insisting that government should just pay whatever they need to pay. And that's understandable. They want those students, to be back home. Amaka Okoye also talking to that gentleman that was interviewed, Zakari, said that in fact he says he's not even in the mood, even if the school were to be reopened, to sit for any exam. So look at the corresponding effect on the state of education, not just in Kaduna State, but in other states of the north. 6 of those states have had to close down up to about 680 schools indefinitely. Now, all of this just shows the crisis that we face. Before the president traveled to London for his medical checkup, he had a meeting with the security chiefs, a security council meeting. And he again repeated the same old rhetoric, telling them that, look, they should ensure security, get the job done, and all that. But you see, this is what we hear all the time. It looks like the situation in Nigeria has become very desperate. And we're just hoping that the new set of service chiefs will make more effort. I mean, we talk about intelligence. We talk about, protecting the people. And we had a guest here the other day who said, well, many Nigerians were optimistic that once you change the service chiefs, then the security situation in the country will improve. But it has not improved. These persons remain in captivity. And only yesterday, a gubernatorial aspirant in Anambra State who went to give a lecture was attacked. He barely managed to escape, and we're told that he's in hiding somewhere. 3 persons in his convoy were killed. I mean, look at it.
3 police officers.
It's unbelievable. Yes, 3 police
officers.
So they were killed. Former central bank governor, he was giving a lecture to young people in a place called Sofia. How has it become a crime now?
Crime to give a
to
lecture.
Hold a discussion, to have a conversation with young people. So it's really, really very frustrating.
I think the sad part is what Nigeria has become in recent times. Yesterday was quite moving for me. It was the burial ceremony of the police officer that was shot dead in Ekiti State during the elections. And you needed to see what one of our relatives did say. Nigeria is a failed state.
Nigeria is not a failed state.
But Nigeria is not a failed state. We need to keep speaking up about things that are wrong. And that's why those in authority should come through for us. And I hope and I pray this incident doesn't become another Chibok girl incident.